My sisters and brothers, I greet you all with the love and the peace of the Lord. I invite you to meditate together with me on the holy word of God of 28th August 2020 when we keep the memory of Saint Augustine. The focus of our reflection: the wisdom of the world is foolishness in the sight of God, but the foolishness for the sake of God and in the sight of the world is the greatest wisdom in the sight of God. God has made the wisdom of the world foolish. In the wisdom of God, the world did not come to know God through the human wisdom. It is the will of God to save the world through the foolishness of faith. I will destroy the wisdom of the wise, and I will set aside the learning of the learned. These words of the first reading are so valid in the case of Saint Augustine, whom we commemorate today. No amount of intelligence or knowledge could give Augustine the real satisfaction and fulfillment. Ultimately, it is only faith in the Lord, which is a folly and failure in the sight of the world, that could save him. His spirit of relentless search for truth meets the benevolent mercy of God and converts him to the real truth, and that is Jesus. The Gospel too continues and confirms this same theme. The parable of the 10 virgins, 5 wise and 5 others foolish, is not a matter of worldly intelligence. It is a matter of wisdom of God. It is to be prepared in full measures with not only the lamps but also oil. To wait on the Lord always and at every moment. To be alert to his voice and coming. To walk in his company and to celebrate the feast of grace with him. The foolishness of the unwise virgins is they were too sure of the coming of the Lord's arrival. They could not see beyond their expectation and failed to anticipate the possibility of a delay. Consequently, they failed to procure extra oil for the extended time of waiting. We need to be wise, to be ever prompt and ready to meet the Lord. What counts the most is not our expectations or our calculations or our likes, but what pleases God. Lamp of faith and a minimum oil of casual practice will not suffice. We need extra oil of fervor, of holiness, of purity. In our Christian living, there is no room for tepidity and impurity. And now the direction and the directive for our life. The experience of God is such an unfathomable treasure, and when one discovers it, cannot but be passionate and restless for it, and will be on fire to share the same to others. Let us then, taking the example of Saint Augustine, who is a relentless seeker for truth and a passionate lover of God, let us too be passionate seekers and lovers of truth and Jesus. May God always assist us in this search.